Have you ever been labeled as overly sensitive or was told to get a thicker skin? Or maybe you absorb emotions from other people and feel their emotions in your own body. Or maybe you feel their pains and aches and you know it's not yours, pains and aches, but you feel it in your own body. So if you have experienced all this, then it means you are an empath, a highly sensitive person who absorbs the energy of others. I am an empath also, and I used to suffer from my sensitivity when I was younger. I am developed addictions, severe eating disorders for which I suffered for decades until I learned how to use my sensitivity as a gift. Yes, if you are a sensitive person, it means you are powerful beyond all imagination, because your gift is to sense energy, is to understand energy and work with energy. You can sense something that other people can't. And this is your talent and this is your gift. And this is how you can heal your sensitivity, also using it from the place of strength. How many empaths are around? Well, research shows that high sensitivity affects 30% of population. So 1/3 of the whole population in the world consider themselves as highly sensitive. And I believe that after the pandemic, the number of highly sensitive people are higher because more and more people become aware of their sensitivity, even though they were not aware before the pandemic. Now they are aware of their sensitivity. So the numbers would be even higher than 30%. And why do people become empaths? Well, many reasons contribute. First, some people are born highly sensitive. And some people become highly sensitive as a result of their childhood experiences. So parenting and childhood experiences can contribute to high sensitivity also. And many empaths are born from highly sensitive mothers and maybe fathers also. What types of empaths exist? Empaths have beautiful nuances of their sensitivity, and you need to understand what are your type to be able to understand yourself. So number one type is physical empaths. Physical empaths is when you feel pains and aches from other people in your own body. Like I am a physical empath. For example, the other day I met a friend in a shop. And we started chatting, just a normal chat in a shop, and I suddenly felt pain in my right knee. It's like I nearly fell down from this pain. And I didn't know what's wrong. But then when we started talking, I realized that this person has knee problem and he is actually going to go for knee replacement, and he has a lot of pains and aches in his right knee. So I didn't know about that before we talked, but I felt his pains or aches in my knee. The other day I was sitting with somebody at a party, a dinner party, and I had sharp pain in my liver, like right side of my body. And I have no problems with my liver, I know that. But when we started talking to this person who was sitting next to me, she told me that she has fatty liver problems, hepatitis, and a lot of pains and aches in the liver, and she is on medication for liver problems. So I didn't know that before we talked about that, but I felt in my body her problems. So this is physical empath. Second type is emotional empath. It's when you feel emotions from other people and you are affected by the emotions of other people. Positive and negative emotions, you feel their emotions. And if you are an emotional empath, you can actually come into a room and you know that somebody was fighting in this room. Somebody may had an argument, but they don't don't have it now, maybe nobody in the room, but you feel the energy of their emotions. So this is an emotional empath. Type 3, intuitive empath. So intuitive empath, it's a big group which consists of many subtypes. So intuitive, you see it's the keyword intuitive, so it means tune into intuitive understanding of things. So intuitive empaths can be telepathic empaths. People who are good in telepathy, and many empaths are good in telepathy. So I teach remote viewing courses, how to see things from a distance. So remote viewing is based on telepathy, and I believe telepathy is the way we communicate in the future. You see telepathic communication in science fiction movies a lot, and everything that you see in science fiction will be real in the future. So other type of intuitive empaths may be precognitive empaths, people who have premonitions about events. For example, I know that a lot of people had premonitions about September 11. Remember, we had a big accident, airplane hit Twin Tower in New York. It was 20 years ago. But many people could foresee the event, and they could describe the event, what happened. They couldn't actually tell where and when it happened, so they couldn't warn anybody. But they could see the event, that they could see that airplane hitting the tower. And many people, precognitive empaths, can foresee something, any events. But they can't warn anybody because the information about the time or when it's not given to them. It's precognitive. So another type of intuitive empath, dream empath. It's people who receive information through dreams. I am a dream empath, and I do a lot of work, intuitive work through dreams, and that's what I teach my students and my clients, how to work with dreams to receive intuitive information. Another type of intuitive empath is mediumship empaths. These are people who could access the other side, and they can communicate with spirits, angels, archangels. It's mediumship empaths. Yes, they are very talented people, but the shadow side needs to be overcome first. So if mediumship empath people are on the shadow side, they may connect to the negative spirits and bring negative energy into the present, which create very negative karma for them and for their whole family. It's like, like black magic, but they need to learn to become white magic people. Okay, so it's turn shadow side into light. Another type of intuitive empaths are animal empaths, people who can communicate with animals. Another type, intuitive empaths, are plant empaths. They can feel the energy from plants, maybe using their hands or just using their body and intuition. They know exactly what the plant needs. If the plant needs more like fertilizer or sunlight or shadow, water, or more dry, it keeps the plant dry. My mother was a plant empath, and I know what it means. I know how she worked with her plant. She could tell everything about the plant, although she actually didn't study botany, but she just felt it. And the last type of intuitive empaths are earth empaths. Earth empath is the people who are tuned to the energy of Earth, vibrations that come from Earth, and these people, they may predict the weather better than any weather forecast. They can feel vibration from Earth. I know that some Australian Aboriginal people, lots of them are Earth empaths, and I knew some of them. I had a friend, Aboriginal friend, when I lived in Canberra, and he could predict weather better than any weather forecast. So you see, there are lots of types of empaths, and you need to understand what type what your type of empath. You may be one of all of the types, like you may be emotional or physical or some types of intuitive, but maybe you have many types and all are in you. So it's all normal, and it's really necessary for you to know what your types are so you can understand your talents better. For example, if you know that you are telepathic empath, you know that your talent is maybe telepathy, remote viewing, and like communicating with some people, planets from distance. If you are interested to explore intuition, empathy, high sensitivity, I'm inviting you to join my Intuitive Healing for Empaths for Highly Sensitive People course, 11-week course, which I'm going to start very soon, and I'm looking forward to working with you. You can read the course description in the link below. Please send me emails or phone calls, and I'm happy to chat with you and explain more about the course, because you need to learn and study sensitivity to develop your talents. And you have talents. You are very talented beyond all imaginations, because you can work with energy, and energy is your gift and talent.